So we just finished learning about young Jake's portrait art made out of emojis, so here's the website. Once I clicked on an emoji, the screen of emojis disappeared. Now right now, if I want to go back to that screen, you can press any button. All I did was press the space bar. Now I can also adjust how large the emoji itself is. I'm holding down my mouse as I move it. I'm going to go very small. For some reason, the very small ones don't work, so I'm just going to move it up just a little bit. Now again, if I want to change that emoji, it's pressing any key, so again I press the space bar and grab my next emoji. As I drag it, you can see that the different line or speed that I'm using the mouse makes a different line. If you don't like the line that you just created, there's an undo button on the top right corner. You can also redo the line by clicking the right arrow. Now I'm changing the size of my emoji so we can see the difference of when I change the direction of my line. You notice that the direction of my line changes the color of the line. You go straight down, you get the brown of the hair, as if I'm going up and getting the red of her dress. So this is something you can use if you're trying to get a certain color for your portrait. If you separate the emojis, you get a different effect. It shows the emoji, whereas if you drag it, you get the solid line and you can play with the color. Take a few minutes and play around with the different emojis, using any bar to get back to that choices, and then when you're ready, clear your screen, so keep clicking the back button so you have a fresh start. You should already have your portrait picture that you want saved to your desktop, so that's what I'm doing. I'm clicking the camera, finding the portrait of my niece Kira, and I'm going to insert it. Now, there's another bar that popped up on the bottom, and this is playing with the transparency of the photo. You want the photo to stay a little bit transparent so you're able to see your emojis. I'm going to start with her skin, and I'm going to change the size of this, get smaller. And if I want to practice to see what the color looks like, practice to the side, and then I'll click the back button. Then I'll go in and start working on her face. I'm going to do the large details first, and then go in and do the small details. This isn't shown on the screen, but if you want to open the photo that's on your desktop, so you have another reference image, that's perfectly fine to have up too. Because once you start working with these emojis, you might not see the fine details, so having that reference image also up next to your photo that you're working on is also something that can help you. Now I'm also changing the colors of her skin. I'm seeing where the highlights are and finding a lighter tone of an emoji. Now you're not going to find the perfect color with these emojis as you would if you were mixing paint, and that's fine. That's the art behind using emojis for a portrait. Now if I want to see the progress that I'm making, I can turn that transparency all the way off so I can see just my emojis. Then turn it all the way on and put it halfway so that I can see the emojis and also the portrait. Now I'm not done with this portrait, but I want to show you how to save. Oh, you don't want to click that because that's going to restart you. So definitely don't click that one. Cancel. What I'm going to click is this bottom right arrow, and that's still not our option. So we're still figuring this out. All that option did was open a new window, so I closed it, so I'm back to my original. Third time's the charm, so I'm going to right click, same image as. Before I save it, I want to name it. I'm going to name it Kira because that's who this portrait is of, and this is the image that just saved. So when you finish your portrait, this is how you're going to save it. Now think about if you want to include a background, or if you're just going to do the portrait and then maybe fill in with a solid color. Now the reason why my mouse is drawing ears everywhere is because when I right clicked, it kept my mouse down and kept drawing wherever my mouse was. All I need to do is click it again and get out of it. Be sure to use different emojis and the different colors. Try them out on the side and click the back arrow if you didn't like it. Having a clear photo is going to really help you for this project. If you have any questions on your photo or how you're doing on it, feel free to email me, and happy creating!